Welcome to On the RoadCast, snacks, trucks, and rock and roll.
Welcome to On the RoadCast.
Again.
New episode. On the RoadCast / Connie's dating platform number 1.
We're on season 3 already.
I'm still single.
Highly successful.
This whole thing has been going on a little bit too long. But today we're not alone. We're giving it another shot. We've brought a friend of ours. Welcome, Moosi Moosbrugger. That's his real name. Nice to have you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Hello.
He is he's here because
He's a teacher.
amongst other things, he is a professional tour bus driver.
Yes.
And he's been on countless tours, bigger, smaller, stadium tours, huge acts. And he's a pro. He's not only driving, he's also doing all the, how do you call that, logistics behind it. He's insanely talented, good looking.
And good looking.
I'm not kidding, but
Why don't you tell us a little bit about
your
you're doing? Like, shine a light on the whole profession you're in.
I think no one really ever thinks about what's it like to be a bus driver on a tour. So hit us.
Okay. I'm not a bus driver anymore.
Well, you did it for many, many years.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of your stories.
No.
So
Nah, you're right.
hear them.
I started, I think, 12 years ago. And I had no driving license and nothing. And I just wanted to go.
Just like me.
Yeah.
I could be a bus driver. Sorry. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Basically.
please
Why
no.
not? So I went there with no driving license. And I was like, I just wanted a bus in around 20. And I wanted to go on tour. And I saw this as an opportunity. And I made my driving license, showed up, was annoying to everyone and consistent. And then, sooner or later I got the job and then rolled with it, more or less.
Did you have a driver's license for like a normal person's vehicle at all? Like
Yes,
a normal
I
car?
do.
But not for the bus?
No.
Okay.
No.
And you just rolled into the company because you were like, I just want to go on tour. And then
Yes.
they were like, yeah, sure.
Nah.
And we talked about this before, and we're not going to name the company, we're not going to name the bands, but we want all the details.
Yes. How
That
did
way
the-
we can talk about the saucy things without naming people's names or bands' names.
Without showing sausages.
Yeah. Saucy details without sausages.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this was basically it. Showed up there, say, hello, my name is Moosi. I don't have a driving license. And I don't want to drive a bus with elderly people going to Italy and to the seaside. I want to go on tour. And if you have a job for me, then I go out, do a driving license, come back, and then go on tour.
You're definitely not an audio engineer, by the way you hold this microphone.
I'm not. But it's more
Not
comfortable
yet.
like this.
He's just resting it on.
It's not a hamster. It's not a hamster, was it?
Well, if you keep scrubbing it on your chest, we will hear all the noises.
I'm not. Okay, well, this is how professional I am.
That's what I can do. You can drive buses, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
Everyone has their. What's yours? No, I'm kidding.
Where are you looking at me, bitch? Okay, so you started off basically
With nothing.
with nothing.
Yeah.
And now you're going on big tours. What was your first tour like? Did you already drive like a bigger bus, or was it a van tour that you drove?
No,
Or do you remember?
Yeah, I do
what that
remember.
was like?
I do remember what it was like because it's the first time I sat in a double decker,
Oh shit!
and
So you started out driving huge tour buses before you didn't know Sprinter tours or anything.
No.
before. That's great.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
It's interesting. That's an interesting fact because when I played in bands and everything, then obviously we did van tours through Europe and everything, and it was interesting to first get into the big world maybe, and then see the other side of it. So, A, you can compare, and B, you sometimes know where you want to go and where you don't want to stay forever.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think it was very educative for me. I learned a lot from working with big names and with big tour managers and with, being a big touring cyclist instead of only just going from
Like weekenders and single shows.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
What's the normal? Sorry.
I was just interested in what you like more. If you like the van tours because both has advantages and disadvantages, right? Van tours, you get a hotel, which is annoying because then you have to check in and out. But you don't have the bus parking problem, which we have all over Europe. Where do you put that thing? You can't leave it running because of
No power. No.
Yeah, the power and the fumes and everything. If you could pick and choose a touring situation, would it be a van or a bus?
Stadium tour with 30 buses.
Say what?
Stadium tour with 30 buses.
All right, cool. All right, good.
And that my question was like, what's the? Because when you say you did all those like huge tours, what was the time span? Because smaller tours are maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but I assume you've done tours that went on way longer than that.
I think the longest period I was out there was 4 months.
Wow. And stadium tour.
Everything. It sometimes mixes then. Then when the tour finishes after 3, 4, 5 weeks, then you get off that tour and then you carry on, drive to the other side of Europe and then
Go out
pick
with
up
the
the
next
next artist and go on, yeah.
And you never know what kind of people you're getting. You could go on a tour and have the coolest, funniest, nicest people that like include you in everything. Or you could have assholes that treat you like shit.
Correct. Both happened. And both will happen again.
Tell us one good and one bad story.
Wait, I have a question before that. Sorry. Do you usually, or does that depend on whatever, if you're the driver for the crew or the artist? Because I know a lot of times the buses are split too, right? So you have crew buses, you have the artist buses.
Yes.
Or that just depends, it's random for you?
No, but if you got nice people or not so nice people, what do you think?
No, but if you usually get the artist buses or the crew buses if you're driving?
I used to drive the crew buses first, and then the more I progressed, the more I was involved with the whole logistics side of things.
Right.
How to coordinate and manage the buses throughout the tour. And this is normally when you work or stay together with the tour manager and in the bus, and then again the band is most of the times together with the tour manager. So I ended up working a lot with the band and the tour managers.
Right. Okay, cool. Nice.
So, yeah. But as you said before, like, the comparison, I mean, I answer stadium tours, but I still do enjoy a lot of club tours. It's different. It's just different. But what I like about the big tours and the big stadiums is all the components that have to work together, that it makes such a big show.
And you being the person who pulls all the strings together, all the trucks, all the buses, who leaves when and stuff like that, right?
Yes and no. I mean, it's a big team. I'm not responsible for the trucks because they're separate. They have different driving times. I mean, they have the same driving times, but it's different. So the trucks do their stuff, and before I left the last company, I was involved in the whole logistics of how to manage a couple of buses to go from A to B and B to C.
But that's not, that's just buses like coach buses.
Yeah, like, double-deckers and single-deckers and like Flixbus, like cooler.
Yeah, nice, yeah.
So
back to your question.
To my question, what is like the standout bad story that pops in your mind when you think like was really horrible, people-wise or like whatever? Or what's the best story that pops into your mind where you're like, this was so awesome?
So one of the bad stories was not a story. I mean, this story carried on for 2.5 months, basically. Very long story. But it was difficult. It was a lot of hierarchy and people just showing off and pretending to be and know everything, and then no trust and no teamwork. And this makes life out there pretty hard.
Because maybe we should mention this for people who don't go on tour at all. Usually, a tour manager plans the tour. But me, if I tour manage, and I'm very sure Vicky's the same, if we work with bus drivers, in my opinion, the bus driver is the one who knows best. So if he says...
they have a schedule, usually.
I'm like, okay, this is what I planned, but if you think we should leave later or earlier, take a different route, let me know, because you're the pro. But there is tour managers
that know everything best.
Yeah.
This is very helpful since I switched to tour managing myself now in the last 1.5 years. This is very helpful to look at the bigger picture and understand different aspects and trust people. I mean, you can tell if people don't do the job great, then you always monitor a little bit more maybe. But but it's difficult. Some people know everything best, but
you had a 2-month stretch
where
knew everything better.
Yeah.
Did you go back to touring with those guys again? Whoever it was?
No, I did not. And I don't prefer that. That's not it. I mean,
but is it a big band?
It is a big band, yeah. It is a big band. And it is surprising.
You can tell us the name later.
It is surprising how often big bands are surrounded and involved with people that you would expect.
Suck.
I'm the most diplomatic guy in this living room. No, but yeah, there's a lot of ego out there sometimes, and not at the right positions. I mean, ego is never helpful.
Do you
But
think that's because some bands just bring in friends to do their jobs, and then the band to do like, hey, can you tour manage us in this run? If just a buddy, and then the band gets really big, and they keep holding on to their buddies doing those jobs, and then they don't do them super well. Or what's the reason for that?
I think if that's the case, most of them turn out to be good because they stay with them
because they
for
learn
quite
and
some
they
time.
grow
Exactly,
with
yeah,
the
they grow
band.
with them, yeah. But
how do some people get jobs and then
exactly,
suck so
yeah.
bad?
A big change for the whole industry, you guys. I think you guys would agree was COVID, because
A lot of people left the industry.
Exactly, a lot of people left the industry that have been there for years, and then they had to stay at home, and then they figured, wow, my family's pretty cool, and I made a ton of money, and my home is pretty nice. So why going out there again?
Or they stayed in the industry, but they switched positions. They're
Correct.
not road dogs anymore. They're in the office somewhere in the management or booking agencies or whatever.
Yeah.
And this opened the door for a lot of people that are new or have been waiting forever, and now there's like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and then, but it's a learning progress for everyone, I think. And this was, even though I would say these 2.5 months were very difficult, which means that was literally, we went out and we weren't sleeping a lot, which is for me personally one of the bigger challenges out there, because you have to, depending on the position you work in or you booked for, you have to be focused, and there's a high level of concentration with everything, and sleep really
Essential.
helps to
I mean, if my bus driver doesn't sleep or is not able to sleep because of the schedule, I'd be a little concerned having him drive 20 people and being responsible for their lives. So, I get it.
But those difficult situations also turn out, if you let it happen, that...
I mean, you also have your like timed thingies that you have to stick to.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, it's regulated. It's not
And
like...
the black box that checks if you
Correct,
actually take your breaks.
correct.
because
It is
then-
regulated, but still, it's the bare minimum of sleep.
Yeah, which is something that's not possible, because once you arrive, then there's so much going on, because you're responsible for another 11 buses or stuff, and then what's going on here, what's going on there, and this happens, and this is about to take place. And
So the normal bus driver would go to bed, but you had to stay up and like make sure everyone has their parking and their power and everything's okay. I see.
sometimes, yeah.
Do you have any tips or tricks for parking buses in Europe? I looked at apps. There's Parkopedia for Europe, which is pretty good, but it's so fucking hard, because sometimes, if you have a day off or whatever, the venue has a show, you can't park there, you can't, whatever, you can't leave the bus running because of the fumes. Any other parking is in the outskirts of mother flipping nowhere, and it's pretty tough in Europe. Do you have any tips and tricks to make that whole thing easier? In hotels, the bougie ones might have that,
But you have to pay for
but if you're on a budget, you're effed.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips and tricks? Any apps that you would recommend? Because I know there is this Parkopedia app which saved my ass a lot of times. Or looking at Google Maps, which I know my friends do. They're like, oh, I see.
Or calling buddies that you know are in the industry, live in that city. I'm like, hey, I'm in your city. I need parking.
Yeah. But if the venue, for example, is booked, or the bigger venue that would be closer, it's tough.
But what I do as a bus driver and as a tour manager, I just look at the city, look how many venues are there. I mean, we are out there, so we know all the venues basically in a lot of cities.
Yeah.
So I look into all the venues, and I look into all the stadiums, and I look into all the bus companies that are stationed, because every city has a local public transport.
I know, that's what I
system.
did too. Yeah. That's
This is
what I
really
do
helpful.
too usually.
This helps because they have the main issue is the space and the power. Yeah.
Power wouldn't be an issue if we could leave the bus running, but you can't.
Can't. Well, not for a
Theoretically.
long
I mean,
Not for
stretch of
someone-
time.
You shouldn't.
You should
You should.
not. This is not very environmentally friendly.
Oh yeah.
Fuck the environment. We just need the
honestly,
AC to work.
Next time I'm just gonna call you when I have parking troubles. I'm like,
Yeah,
"Rosie,
I always go.
Help.
No, I always call venues. Just randomly call venues. Hi, I need this. Can you help me?
Well, ideally, promoters organize your parking and everything, but you never know.
It's not reality.
So we had the negative story.
Yeah, negative
What's
story.
a really good story?
It's a really good story. It's a really good story.
About driving buses on tour.
One of them would definitely be my tour with Anastasia, and
She's
Nice.
coming back.
she's coming back.
How is that possible? She hasn't released anything in so long. Are you going to be on that tour?
I don't think so. I didn't know she was coming back.
Yeah, she is playing Stadthalle in, I think,
Is that?
25. I think so, yeah.
Ah, cool. Yeah, cool.
Maybe you'll be on there.
Yeah, maybe you're going back to driving buses because of Anastasia.
Nah. I've been driving buses. Nah. Yeah, and I want to learn more about the industry and other sides of the industry.
Yeah.
So I learned the busing
Tour
thing,
manager now.
and let's move.
Sorry,
Why was
Anastasia.
Anastasia so great?
Why was Anastasia so great? Because it was such a nice family vibe going on there. I mean, you have to imagine that being in a van or in a bus is basically like spending your garçonnière, which is a one-room flat with 16, 20, however many people for on weeks.
Literally sleeping on top of each other.
Correct. The only privacy you have is the curtain that separates you from another 20 people.
And earplugs.
And earplugs, yeah. And so you want to make sure that you bring a positive vibe into that bus, onto the van, and then just have a healthy and good time. I think this is the most important thing for me on tour. And always try to bring this to the table. Say hello, the basics, basic social.
First thing I do, making friends with the bus driver.
Yeah,
He's
with
my best
everyone. With
confidant.
everyone. Just go there, say hello, be nice and friendly and polite, and then
I love
think that's a
sitting
good
out front
fundament.
with the bus drivers. I love that.
yeah.
Because he can smoke in the
Not in every. Did you allow people to smoke in the
That's a good
lounge?
trick. That's a good trick. I'll tell you a trick now.
What's the
I'll tell
trick?
you a smoking trick in the front of the bus. So on the bus, no one smokes. I'm not smoking, but I learned this. So on the Lenny Kravitz tour, and this guy was great. He has been the drum deck for Lenny Kravitz forever, and he sat down. He was like, "Is it okay if I smoke?" And I was like, "Yeah, I sit there driving, and I'm a non-smoker.
Yeah.
People coming up from, can I smoke? Can I smoke? Can I smoke? And basically, you smoking all their cigarettes while they smoke one. You smoke 700. So,
So you are a smoker.
yeah. So, but this guy says, no problem. I won't bother you. I'll show you a trick. And then, so if you're on a bus and then you sit in the passenger seat and there's the door, and on the bottom right there's this little hole, which basically is a ventilation system, and this sucks the air in and out of a bus. And if you sit there and if you hold a cigarette down to this little grid, it's gone. Smoke is gone. No one notices. It goes out right into the air.
Is that on every bus?
On the Euro buses, probably, right?
It depends on the type of bus, but it should. No, it's definitely on every bus, but I can't
Not
tell
in the
you
same
on.
spot.
In a
No,
diff-
it's probably somewhere in this area.
That
Yep.
is
That's helpful for the
very
smokers.
good.
Interesting.
It's helpful for your future bus drivers for your future non-smoking bus drivers because
Well,
you
we
make
don't
them happy.
smoke, so
But friends of yours might, and then you avoid any situations where I want to smoke. The bus driver is annoying.
yeah, I'll just say no. No.
You can find a compromise now because
No,
you know
but
this.
I get it. Sometimes you just, and there's long drives, and sometimes you're in a rush, and you just can't stop for a smoke.
We couldn't even vape on the last bus we had, and I was like, I mean,
I get it. I do get it.
not even cloudy stuff, just like, it's weird. I was
Yeah,
like,
it is.
okay, Perry, and I was like,
Didn't you say in the last episode that he's your favorite
He's
tour
my
buddy?
he was
But you
my
also
tour buddy.
said you also said he didn't clean the bus. He dropped your yogurt, and now you're telling me he didn't let you vape on the bus.
No. He cleaned the bus. He could have cleaned it a little more because RPM started vacuuming the bus. But I love Perry, but he didn't like us vaping on the bus, which is okay. And he dropped my yogurt, which is also okay. He didn't eat my Parmesan chips. That was
someone
Brooklyn.
else. So
Still love Brooklyn though.
that's actually a good cue because I do want to ask about the bus cleaning.
That's a bus driver's
Maybe
job.
every company has a different policy. How often were you required to clean the bus, or what's the extent of you having to clean the bus, and what should the people do themselves?
Not piss on the floor in the bathroom.
Helps, yeah, but it helps for
Goes
everyone
out
involved.
this goes out to every guy I ever toured with. Please sit down.
They don't.
Sit the fuck down.
I think I can't speak for every company and stuff, but I like to have my bus. Well, I used to like in general. I like to have everything quite clean and I don't like being dirty.
Did you ever use like scented, like these like air fresheners and stuff on the buses? I was on one bus on a Phoenix Nightliner. Our bus driver Chris from the UK. He made
Chris Howlett.
He's like this bigger,
Okay.
bold old guy. I don't know.
That sounds like every other bus driver out there. Except
He had
for
a really
Moosi.
cool last
Hello?
name. His name was
Except for Moosi. yes.
his name was Chris Roscoe.
Okay.
Really cool name. Sounds like a rock star. He's the sweetest guy on earth, and he made this bus smell so good. I literally, every time I walked to the bus, I was like, oh, I can't wait to be in there because it smells so good. Which that never happened with any tour bus.
Especially
ever.
in a van.
He made
on a
it
van
smell
tour.
so good. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? It was a black metal tour. Everyone had long hair and
Yeah.
don't
body
smell.
paint.
I want to say the same. I used to drive, I think, with a Swedish band, and they used to put the shoes off and put it in shelves, and literally, and really never had to clean anything because they cleaned everything. There was never any dirt. If it was raining, they removed the shoes outside of the bus. Yeah, it was.
Who does
wow,
that?
yeah, really, yeah. It's
Did
cool.
they all have like nice little house slippers
Yeah, they
like
did
me? I
all-
should bring these on tour.
Yeah,
My
definitely.
little fake Ugg slippers that I really love. And
The
Vicky hates
Fugs.
them.
Fake
Fugs.
Uggs.
The fucks.
She
What
doesn't
the
give a
fuck's
fuck.
up?
I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna wear them.
So your yogurt story reminds me of a tour I did with a bigger Danish rock act, and I don't know who was.
Danish rock.
I don't know who was on my bus. I can't tell you. I think it was not the band. Someone else, crew or support act or whoever. I don't-
Groupies.
No,
That's another question I want to ask.
I've never seen a groupie in my life. I don't know what a groupie is.
Except what happens on
Do you
tour.
sometimes have to sign NDAs?
With groupies.
No, for like artists, and you're like, I'm not gonna talk to the press about what the artist does in my bus, and then he brings like a lot of groupies and parties and cocaine and drinks.
I've never seen or heard anything of this.
That doesn't happen.
No, that's new to me.
No, literally in my world, it doesn't happen. Everyone goes to bed.
No, it does not happen. Okay, go ahead with the peach yogurt.
So the beach yogurt. What was beach yogurt in your story was? So I was. So I slept on the. There's for those people who have never been on a nightliner. There's normally either 2 or 3 beds above each other, and I was in the middle bed, and which
I'm a bottom.
bottom.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm
me
a
too,
bottom.
yeah.
I'm a bottom.
Or on the very top.
Funk, bottom, funk.
Yeah. still in a dating podcast.
Are you a top or a
Movie.
bottom?
The peach yogurt.
The beach yogurt, yeah, still the beach yogurt. Thank you very much.
You're in the
Being so
middle.
professional. I was in the middle. Yeah, I'm in the middle. So.
Sandwich.
I got out of my bed during the night, and it's very dark there because everyone's sleeping. Very quiet, and there's a lot of times there is a carpet on the floor, and in this bus there used to be a very soft carpet with long. Let's call it hair because of lack of a better word.
Very, very furry
Very
carpet.
furry carpet, correct. And I let myself down from the bank, so feet first, and as soon as I touched the carpet, I felt like something was coming again up through my toes. And then as soon as I switched the light on, I saw someone half out of his bunk with, obviously, he might have drunk a little bit too much.
No.
So this is where I found myself standing in then.
Puke.
Yeah.
Oh,
my god! On the carpet floor.
Ooh, that's rough.
Disgusting.
But that's cool. So imagine like your toes and then
Squishing through. No. That's pretty bad.
I very much prefer buses with like wood or like I don't know, linoleum floors or whatever. But because the carpet just gets so filthy.
Yeah.
You know those red, I'm just gonna name them now. Those red buses, the welter tours that Avocado likes to book for their like 4 or 5 bands tour packages.
yeah.
Where they have like
Great company.
22 or 24. I love them, and their drivers are cool. I've always had
Absolutely.
great drivers with them, but I call them slave ships because those are the buses with the most bunks that I've ever seen.
24.
And they just push 24. They just pushed as many people in there. There's most of the people always have to be in their bed because it's not possible for everyone to be out of their beds while the bus is driving. There's just no space. Slave ships, and in those, it's like it gets filthy so quick. If you have like carpet floors, it's like.
Yeah, I used to work for Walter. I used to drive Walter buses, and I used to sleep. And when we played, then I think we drove 2 times with Walter, and I like the company. I like
Yeah, no.
those guys who
Nice
run it, those guys who
people,
drive it. It's great company, great people. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like a bit
crowded.
crowded, yeah. But again, this is difficult. It's
all about money.
It's all about money. Yeah, at the end of the day,
The more people you can fit in the bus, the better.
Yes and no. The more money you save. I wouldn't say the better, but the more money you save.
Yeah. What about another thing? Border controls and customs and stuff.
Everybody's like,
We all hate it. Do you have any tips and tricks?
Yeah, be honest, be friendly, be polite, be
Smile.
sober.
Smile and wave, boys.
Be sober.
Anyone ever seen Madagascar? Smile and wave, smile and wave, boys. That's what I always say to my boys.
for real, yeah. Because they're not dumb.
They're not dumb.
They're gonna read you like an open book.
Yeah,
If you have anything.
you're not the first bus or van that rolls on up to the border, so they know what they're up to. Yeah. And it helps to be friendly and cooperative. Yeah, that's the biggest tip I can. I mean, if they want to tear your bus apart, they do it. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
yeah. So,
they'll rate it.
but I think don't give them any opportunity to do so. And
I was like, the
be
guys with the least tattoos come to the front. No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, a little bit like this. I used to have very long hair and just sat there in the front and driving, and then it's like, okay, we got stopped every border because of me. And there was this double driver, and suddenly I've been driving bus for 12 years, and on this tour alone, I've been stopped more times than in my last 12 years being out there alone because
to be
of
you.
you. And I'm like, oops, sorry.
Do you have an ultimate goal for your career where you're like, if I've done this, I can die in peace? That's like my career goal.
I wouldn't narrow it down to one single achievement. What I like, and this is one of the reasons why I do it, is because I love music, and I love to meet a lot of new faces and people and friends and make friends and languages and food and countries and cultures.
But there's nothing where you would say, if I could tour with this or that artist, that's one of, or maybe not the goal, but one of my lifetime career goals.
I think I had it without having it.
Who was that?
Anastasia.
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. This is one of my
Oh, you
bands.
did that?
No.
Okay.
Because the thing was, I was booked for the tour and I was supposed to go on tour, and they came back 3 years ago now, and they did 1 month in the US and then came over and was supposed to do another month in Europe, and I got a chance to tour with them in Europe. And on the first night, so I was super excited. This is one of my bands. Why I even sit here.
I can see that though. But you look like a Rage Against the Machine guy. You really that's a good thing.
That's a compliment. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And
It is.
so yeah, this is one of the bands why I got into this whole thing, and when this came along, I was like, wow, that's cool. It's just me being a kid, being a fan. Like the last time I was in Download Festival, and I literally James Hetfield walked just past me and was like, yo. I was like, yeah. Whenever this guy shows up, whenever Metallica's on, it's like, oh, I'm 14 years old again. I'm just a fanboy.
We all know that, yeah.
It's just sometimes I think that's cool because sometimes if you do work in an industry, in whichever industry you do a job or do some work, then you might lose that.
You get numb.
Yeah, exactly. And,
Yeah.
And this was when I met these guys, I was like, oh, cool. It's the magic is still there, and this is a good sign, I think, for me to
what happened?
Carry on. I think it was just walking past, and then
No, I mean on the tour.
Rage Against the Machine tour. So they went out. So to do the first month in the US. He ripped his Achilles on the first night. Second night went great, being just sitting. And then the third night, Tom Morello was attacked by a fan on stage. This is a security guy tried to run towards Tom Morello and grab him, missed the guy who tried to attack Tom Morello and grabbed Morello and threw him down the stage. And I was like, can you please stop tearing yourself apart for another month? And then they cancelled. They did Europe, they did the US, and then after that it was like
they scrapped it.
Europe is cancelled. This was
it's not too much rage going on anymore, is there? The rage against
Tom
Morello.
Poor thing. It's so unfortunate.
It was.
The security guy doesn't know which one is the one you
Sorry, I didn't wear my contacts.
No. It was unlucky, I would say.
I'm sorry, man.
No.
But you never know.
You had one night with them.
No, I did have because this all happened in the US.
Oh, that wasn't. I thought it was like in the beginning of the year.
No,
that was the US.
They never came over.
And they scrapped Europe.
Yeah, they cancelled that. So I was on without being on, and this, of course, me. If I was 16 years old, I was
still your career highlighted tour that you never went on.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair play.
Awesome.
But how I like to look at it now is, if I was 16 years old, I would be crying, and now it's like, okay, I've been there, so what can happen next? You know, where to go from there? So this is okay. This is a cool fundament. It's a cool basis, and progress and learn from there.
Healthy perspective or a healthy look on life and what's going on. I have another question for you, because that happened to us on the last tour, which wasn't our driver's fault. We had someone in the wrong lane in Canada, and it was fucking icy and snowy. And the guy coming towards us on the highway was in the wrong lane, and then he crashed like 10 meters behind us, and it was fatal. So he died. And the truck that he drove into, I don't know about that driver, but it was like super close encounter with death. I remember we were all like just sitting there, and then we were like, okay, let's pull over to Walmart. And our driver was screaming like, what the fuck? Oh my God. And we were like, we saw the car blowing up behind us. It was crazy. And we all thought we could have just, not be there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This is very uncomfortable and makes you think about a lot of stuff when it happens. Have you ever, if you want to talk about it, have you ever had any of those encounters where you were like, oh, that was really close? Because it happens a lot, accidents. I know everybody I know has been in one bus or van accident.
Yeah. If the answer is no, that's great.
No, I think it's a good sign that I have to think.
Yeah, that's
so
a good
hard.
sign that you don't really know. It at the top of your head.
I think it's hardly the driver's error, because, in that case, it was the other driver who was in the wrong lane. A lot of times it's black eyes. You're just going somewhere, and all of a sudden it hits, and what can you do? There's nothing.
Oh yeah, that was one. That was one situation. No, that was one situation. We were we're traveling along the Côte d'Azur, and then it's super busy there always. Especially we were there in summer, and it's just packed, and people drive really. France is an interesting place to drive, because especially in cities. Yeah, but we were driving on the Côte d'Azur, and then we were driving. Everything was fast but packed, and then all of a sudden, this car right in front of me. There was a lot of traffic, and this car right in front of me just took a turn to the right, and I was confronted with a blown up truck tire right in front of me, and this is when you slam the brakes, everything's
everyone just hits
all the yogurts,
all
the puke.
Oh no!
Yeah, everything's flying. Yeah, this was an interesting moment. Yeah.
Nothing happened though. Everyone fine.
Nothing happened. Everyone's fine. Yeah, everyone's fine, but everything was flying.
Definitely one you will remember.
Yeah. But it is. I mean, if you think about it, the next tour I'm supposed to go on is 7 weeks, and this will be around 30 to 35,000 kilometers. So this is a lot of time you spend on the road.
Yeah.
And this is an environment where, hopefully nothing happens. Yeah.
Let's talk about the more positive sides, because we got to wrap it up. We have some questions that we always ask our guests, which is, we already mentioned it before, the food. You said
Food.
that's the good thing about touring, the food you see all over the world. What's your favorite tour snack or something you found on the road that you really love or that you always crave? And
A shampoo.
You eat
Nah, I
shampoo?
don't eat shampoo, but this is...
you don't even have hair.
I don't know.
This guy's
This is the
bald.
first thing that comes to my mind is because this is
Which
super-
part of your body do you shampoo?
Nah, shampoo is the wrong term. It's a shower gel.
Oh,
So, yeah,
shower.
gel.
Okay.
We were up race Fist and we went through France and
Le Petit Marseille.
it might have been Marseille in
No,
Lyon.
but the little
Nope.
the shower. Okay,
No.
because
No,
that's
no.
my jam. Also peach.
That's what you snack on?
Friday night been crazy.
No, the Le Petit Marseille,
Drinking French
Marseillon,
shampoo.
whatever it's.
Shot of
I mean,
shampoo.
Sorry,
Let's go.
France.
So yeah,
Shampoo.
France race Fist shampoo. So I'm the guy that normally brings hardly anything on tour because all the other guys bring stuff. You know, someone brings the towel, someone brings the shampoo, someone brings
Towel?
whatever.
You just gonna use.
I've never
sharing
one.
towels.
I've never brought a shower on tour. Towel on tour.
Yeah, I
Never.
mean you get them at the venue.
Correct. So,
Just keep them.
but bring them. Same as with shampoo and shower gels. They are always there when you shower.
borrow.
Someone always left them there. So use them that are in there.
Yeah, true.
And this happened to me in, I think, Lyon or Marseille somewhere. I went in there like, okay, cool, time for shower. And great. 7 shampoos there and gels there anyway. So let's take this one. Life altering moment.
altering?
Yeah, life altering.
Was it L'Occitane? Maybe.
Hmm?
What was the brand? What was the? We need to know, Moosi. Fill us in.
Was it for men? For
Nah, it's for everyone.
was for
it's for
dogs,
human beings.
but it was
Nah, it's
good.
for everyone. It's made from gods for people, I think. No, what's the brand?
you still have it?
I still have it because every time
Can
I
you
go to
send us a
France,
picture?
it is. I send you a picture.
Send us a picture.
I send you a picture because every time I go to France, I just buy this huge
Bulk of it.
Okay, here's my thoughts. It's either L'Occitane, which is amazing, whatever they do,
Yeah,
it's
I
all
love that
great,
shit.
or Le Petit Marseillon.
I think
Either
neither
or.
of them.
It's square.
It's square,
It is.
But L'Occitane has square ones too.
and it's all a color. It's very colorful, like super strong orange, super strong violet, and then super strong green.
You send us a picture of
Send
that.
a picture,
we
yeah.
need,
We
to
need
know.
pictures.
We need
Yeah,
to know.
yeah.
Okay, so
But what do you snack on?
I have a snack.
favorite snack.
I like potatoes. I like
So just boiled, cooked potatoes with butter and salt.
potato
Or what do you do?
gratin. For some reason, and soups. I like soups.
Soups
Yeah,
are good.
soups. Soups.
boy.
You can eat everything.
I love
if
soups,
once it's made up in form of a soup.
The band that I
Liquid.
always tour with, they're like they love touring the fall into winter in Europe because every venue, you know, you get good
Get soup.
venue catering, and they call it orange soup. They have this like orange soup is every soup you get in venues because you get like pumpkin or carrot or whatever. They all make orange soups.
Ah, yeah.
They're like it's orange soup season, yay!
Aw,
Yeah, I like soups.
gotta love soups.
I like soups. Are great.
Yeah, soup's a good answer. What is the other questions we usually ask? I'm
Crazy story, funny story. We had
had
that.
that toured.
Yes.
Last question because we're way over time again.
Shit, we gotta wrap it up.
And as a driver, I'm sure you have a lot of tour jams because you need stuff to listen to when you drive. But what's your favorite tour song, road song? It's gonna be the outro of
What
the
do you
episode.
listen to when you're like, shit, I'm going on tour again? And then you have this one song, you know? Like for us, it's Life is a Highway or
Or everything from by
Morgan
Morgan
Wallen.
Wallen.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunately it's true.
It's unfortunate, but it's true.
I think there is not a single one. I
You
like
need to
have to
pick
pick
one.
one because
I have
it's
to
gonna be
pick
the
one.
outro.
It's the outro. The song is the outro of the podcast.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Just 30 seconds.
then
'Cause we don't wanna be
play
sued.
Leaving on a Jet Plane.
Oh,
That's
you know
good.
what I listened to yesterday? To Mos Def, Leaving on a Jet Plane. Do you know the hip hop cover from Mos
No.
Def? You should check it out. I listened to
Fancy.
that yesterday.
Don't worry, we're gonna play the original
Yeah,
in
by
a few seconds.
Was that Jefferson Airplane? No, I don't know. Who's that?
No, there's different versions, and there's one version.
Which one do you need? Do you
The
want?
one I can't find anymore. Yeah, the one that was on the Blow soundtrack.
We will
That was a
find.
fantastic
yeah.
movie.
We will find it out.
It's an interesting movie, and it's a very interesting version. I think it is not the original. I think it is a cover, to be honest.
We'll find it.
It might be wrong though, but
We'll
that's
find
what I.
Okay. All right, we really got to wrap this up because
I've been talking forever.
That was the best podcast of the whole season.
The season is one podcast long, isn't it? This is the first.
yeah,
one.
it was just the two of us.
This is like the best crowd. This is when you go out somewhere. You're the best crowd we've ever played for. So, yeah.
So every Monday I work at this TV recording when I'm not on tour, and they have a live audience, and this guy in the beginning does a little like greetings to the audience, blah blah blah, before we actually start recording, and then he's always like, now what does our producer say? And she's on like speakerphone. She comes in and she's like, ladies and gentlemen, I think you're the best audience we've ever had. And there's like 680 something episodes yet. And she says it every single time. This is the best audience we've ever had.
Aww.
You're the best guest we've ever had.
I really.
This is the best podcast I've ever been invited
See,
to.
so no, but
First one.
see, that's why I love having friends on the thing because it's lighthearted and it's great.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Very
being
lighthearted.
here, for taking your time, for giving us all those tips about smoking on buses.
Oh, yeah.
And
What about
parking
smoking on airplanes? Do you have a tip for that too?
I give you all the smoking tips. I'm not smoking.
We're going on holiday tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure Vicky's gonna get the whole plane
No, I don't do
sent
it.
back to Vienna because she's gonna be vaping on the
I'm not.
on the
I don't
plane.
do that.
Look at it in the toilet.
fucked
There might
up.
be some of these ventilation systems there anyway. So what a ventilation
Just open the
system?
window on the
Just
plane.
ask
it's
in the
fine.
cockpit. Excuse me, can I smoke here?
Look for ventilation.
Where's your smoking area?
Okay.
Many useful tips and tricks on touring.
Great
Thank you for
stories.
coming. And now we're gonna listen to the right version of Leaving on a
Shit plane.
Leaving on a shit plane. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Leaving on a shit plane.